Welcome to West Michigan's Morning News. Steve Kelly, Brett Bakita, Rick Albin on assignment. Wood Radio's gas price watch is less than 10 minutes away. Lost a few pennies at the pump over the weekend. Barrel of oil under $50, and the U.S. rig count jumped for the second consecutive week last week. We thought we'd bring in oil industry analyst Baron Lukas with Fox News Radio this morning. Baron, give us the state of a barrel of oil and how that becomes gas here in the United States.
Well, a barrel of oil right now, at least for West Texas Intermediate, is about $48.98. That's up almost 100% from earlier in the year. What we're seeing is the supply and demand factors kind of becoming balanced. We're seeing some volatility due to international issues. But I think what will end up happening is the price of oil will continue to have a rocky but slow, steady climb to something above 60. And the American oil field will go back to work, which unfortunately will mean the price at the pump will increase a little bit over the year, but not too terribly. And it's a good news story because for the first time in my history, Americans have a real outlook for energy independence, and I think that's good for everybody.
And is that competition then that is pushing the price of gas down?
Well, right now the price of gas has gone up and down a little bit, certainly, but still significantly lower than last year. Let us look at it. Right now in Michigan, it's $2.58 or so. A year ago, it was $2.88. And the slight increases and decreases is dependent on how fast the refineries can get it out and how long the supply chain is to get to the market. But as oil goes up, so will the gas prices. That's just a function of supply and demand. While that may sound like it's bad news, but it's really not. It will not go as high as it has been. I think the highest was $4.11 as a national average in 2008. That won't happen. What will happen is it will go up somewhere around $3 perhaps, and that's a rough guess. But the reality here is that right now the American oil field is preparing to go back to work. Right now the American public can look forward to having energy in abundance. They can actually invest in it themselves. Go to Crudefunders.com and to find out more about that. But the reality is that right now we are in the driver's seat. We have enough gas, enough coal, and enough crude oil to last for decades, if not centuries. And that's a completely different way of looking at things than we have in my past. We could be energy independent in just a few short years if we choose to do so.
And, Baron, I guess the big question for our listeners out there off of what you just said is, with the summer coming up and a lot of people on the roadways, let's just take the state of Michigan, for example. Do you see, with where we sit right now, it ever going over $3 per se this summer?
I don't see it, but don't quote me on it. I'm trying to forecast the market as well, like forecasting the weather. You're going to be a liar every time. I think we'll see $55 or $60 oil by the end of the year. That would lead me to believe that right now in Michigan it's $2.58. I think you could see $2.70, $2.80. I don't know that it would go higher than that. Could we see $3? Yeah, we could. But even at $3, that's not much higher than it was last year. And what it means is that over 500,000 Americans that have lost their jobs because of the oil price war, some of them will go back to work. And a good, strong energy industry is good for America no matter how you slice it.
That is oil industry analyst Baron Lukas with Fox News Radio this morning. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.